Test, test, baby. Cool. I see we're about to be live. Oh, we are live. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
Let's go, baby.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen across the United States and beyond. We are coming to you from Pittsburgh for your Rampage 13-0 versus the Philadelphia Elite Junior Phillies. Phillies maintain possession going into our zone. Sherm's going to chip up the boards. Flyers keep it in. Turnover, hustling down the boards is Huddy Lay. First to touch, no ice. Tries to find a crossing middle. Finds Cooper Briggs. Cooper has it. He's going to chip it deep. Huddy in pursuit. Engages in the corner. Flyers regroup. They chip it up the inside boards. Flyers trying to cross-side center. Finds Cooper Briggs instead. Drops it over to... Who's that? Catcher off the bench. Flyers regroup the loose puck, chip it up the boards, and hits their own team instead. 15-15 remaining in the first period. We are here for the Hockey Federation Showcase in Pittsburgh, PA. Out there now, we have catcher Conrad at center. Hostler. We got Logan Minsick in net. So we are super north of Pittsburgh. Kensington, I think. I think that's the city that we're in. Catcher wins the draw back to Hostler. Gets it over to Christie. Christie's going to chip it up the boards over to Catcher. Loose puck. Flyers regroup. Tries to slip it up. Finds nobody. Goes deep and whistle blows for icing. 14-51 face-off will come all the way down into Rampage offensive territory. We got Grayson Hostler out there. We got wait. Oh yeah. We got Grayson Stacy out there. We got Bogenreef and Kellen Vassallo on the left. Boys go low to high, shot from the point. Nicky's shot gets contested. A bunch of puck bouncing around. We're going to regroup in the neutral zone. Bassey's going to slip it up through the middle. Flyers regroup in their own zone. Tries to chip it up the boards. Go for a real quick change, but Rampage maintains possession, finds their lead forward. Stacy's going to just dump it deep. Chips it behind the net. Comes around the left side here as Christie steps. Nicky at the high point covering. Got four down low. Puck still battling in the corner. Physicality by Rampage as we go the other way with the puck behind the net. Flyers tries to chip it up the boards. Says hi to Vassallo instead. Tries to turn it over to G-Man. G-Man has it. Gets it over to Nicky. Nicky still has it. He's going to sidestep a player, chip it past a second player who still maintains possession below the goal line. Low to high over to Mendelson. Shot intentionally wide. Looking for Bastine now out on the bench. Boys go for another defensive change. Nicky out. Cooper Briggs in. Boys go low to high over to Mendelson. Mendelson sidesteps. Takes the inside board. Still has possession. Still holds it below the goal line. Jack Mendelson still maintaining, chips it over to Cooper Briggs. Markey is out there as well. Austin Marquardt, number 8. Boys go low to high, go D to D. Marquardt has it, goes inside boards. Chip it down. Side steps. Markey in the honey hole. Toe drag. Oh, no. Loose puck. Still almost Huddy Lay out there now. Huddy has it. Tries over Marquardt. Another shot. Loose puck still maintained by Rampage. Mendy. No, not Mendy. Mendy's up high, but Mendy has it now. Mendy shot from the point. Just wide. Loose puck still battling. Bastine now in the corner. Bastine over to Huddy. Huddy has it. Cross ice, slips in front. Over to Bastine. Slips in front again. Over looking for Markey. Shot from the point. Cooper Briggs. Tipped up and over.
Lot of good opportunity right there. Holy cow.
Oh, excitement galore going on here. Catcher Conrad comes out there with Hostler and Dottie. Got Sherm and Christie back on defense. Rampage maintains possession. Oh, excuse me. Flyers maintain possession. They come through, try to find their outlet. Goes too far. Christie's first back. He's going to chip up the boards to catcher Conrad. Slips it over to Haas. Haas drops it for Dottie. Dottie coming in. Number 21 tries to toe drag. Flyers grab the loose puck. They're coming through the neutral zone. 1-on-2. 2-on-2. Catcher Conrad's going to pinch it in the corner. Flyers regroup, throws it into open space. Sherm's there. He's going to chip it off the boards, up and out. 12-12 in the first. Rampage has another icing. We got Mendelson and Nikki out there. We got Stacy in center with Bogey and Jake Lou. Stacy boxes out, gives it over to Mendy. Mendy chips it to Nikki. Nikki up the boards over to Jacob. Jacob filters it a long loose puck. Bogey has it. Bogey comes in 1-on-1. Toe drag, still has possession, goes below the goal line. Puck still bouncing around, goes low to high over to Nikki. Nikki walks the blue. Shot. Jake got dumped in front. Puck in the corner. Stacy. Bogey goes in. Jake's in there. Puck behind the net. Puck goes the other way. High side boards now. Tries to get out. Nope. Jake keeps it in. Jake goes D-to-D over. Mendy off the boards. Mendy has it. Number 10 holds it. Razzle dazzles. Keeps it in. Puck in front. Loose. Goes into the high corner. Markey off the boards. Off the bench. Excuse me. Markey's on offense. Looks like Markey comes in. Markey still has possession. He's battling in the high side corner. Austin Markcourt in there with Grayson Stacy. Bestine now out there. Nikki has it. Shot from the point, just wide. Goes behind the net. Flyers going to regroup below the goal line. 12 minutes remaining in the first period as the Flyers go up the low side boards. Tries to find a cross-ice pass, but finds open space. Nikki's going to just nonchalantly box out, maintain possession, slips it up to Mendy. Mendy finds Huddy. Huddy, center lane. Cross ice. Shot and score. The most chill, nonchalant goal you will see all weekend with 11:44 remaining in the first period. Hudson Lay puts the Rampage on the board 1-0. Boys grab it, flips it over to Austin Markcourt. Markcourt comes in onside. On his backhand into the corner, drops it over to Huddy. Huddy bounces off the boards, finds Sherman. Sherman goes D-to-D. Shot from the point. Cooper Briggs intentionally wide into the corner. Boys battling. Hudson Lay has it. Oh, loose puck finds Sherman. Landon Sherman's going to regroup inside of our own zone. Over to Cooper Briggs. Briggsy's going to go behind our own net. Cooper, cross-ice pass. Oh, just outside of the reach of Haas off the bench. Haas almost got it, but ref says tipped and icing. 10:54 remaining in the first period. We're going to have a face-off over here in the defensive zone. Got catcher Conrad out there in center. Got Dottie and Haas to his right. Mendy's going to check in at the forward spot, and got Christie right behind him. Catcher tries to push his way through everybody. Flyers regroup, turns it over to Dottie. Dottie gets it over to Mendy. Mendy tips it back over into open space, forcing Flyers to regroup. They come in onside. Oh, that's nice physicality from Hostler. Refs are going to call him, though. Puck was in the zone, if not briefly, but 10:36 Rampage on their first penalty kill. Catcher's going to stay. The remaining four, I think, is going to stay in there. Catcher at center. Dottie in front of Logan. Mendy along the boards and Christie in the back. The catcher wins the draw over to Christie. Christie chips it off the boards. Dottie's there. He checks his 6. Holds up. Puck goes below the goal line. Mendy's going to chip it around. Finds a flyer. He's holding it. Gets contested by Christie. Christie chips it behind the goal line. Flyers regroup. They go low to high. Cross-ice, high inside circle. Shot. Oh, saved by Logan. 10-10 in the first period. Puck battling in the high corner, goes below the goal line. Slips it in front. Flyers do keep it in. Rampage double steps. Shot goes wide. Flyers regroup. They go low to high. Shot again saved by Logan. Trying to go around the boards. They got Mendy. Flyers touch up. And I guess the net came off. Slightly askew. With 9:50 remaining in the first. 44 seconds in the power play. Penalty kill, for the Colorado Rampage. Hudson layout there now with Bastine at wing. Cooper and Nicky on D. Puck cycles all the way around. Those Flyers do keep it in. They try to dance in the high boards. Finds Bastine in front. Backhand tries to find Huddy just outside of his reach, but Cooper Briggs has it. Coop comes in, number 2. Going inside boards. Chips it behind the bench, the net, over to Huddy. Huddy back to Coop. Coop goes low to high, finds a streaking Bastine, shot, rebound, save. Loose puck still around. Cooper Briggs has it. Tries to find a nice little shot pass over to Huddy. Bastine has it though. Flyers try to get it out, but can't. Finds Nicky instead. He's going to kind of pass it from the point. Goes into the corner. Huddy goes low to high. Cooper chips it back down to Huddy. Then he gets over to Bastine. Loose puck still around. Inside Rampage offensive territory. Flyers can't get it. Flyers do get it out. Finds Huddy instead. Rampage regroups real quick. Huddy comes in, tries to slip it in front. Loose pop in the honey hole. Goes down to low boards. 8:48 remaining in the first period as Markey has possession. Shot deflected. Markey still has it. Rampage maintains possession over in the corner with Bastine and Grayson Stacey now out. Sherman at the point. Boys maintain possession. Shot from the point. Cooper Briggs into the corner. Saved by Flyers goalie. Boys in blue, and they're battling. Got Markey now. He has it. Tries to slip it in front. Gets contested. Puck still in the corner. Grayson says hello. Low to high. Shot from Sherman. Just wide. Puck comes all the way around. Mendelson now out there. Boys keep it in. Bogey dancing to blue. Flyers do chip it out, but finds Mendelson instead. Loose puck still bouncing around. Boys have it. Mendelson now through the neutral zone. Tries to slip it in neutral's center ice. Gets intercepted by the Flyers. Boys get it back over to Stacey now on sides. Tries to slip it in open space. Bogey in pursuit. 7:50 remaining in the first period. Boys go low to high. Mendelson shot. Save goalie. Corner pocket still there. Grayson Stacey with an opportunity. Refs blew the whistle. Puck was loose, but we're going to have a face-off in offensive zone. 7:41 remaining in the first period. We got Huddy Lay out there. Bastine to his left. Parked in front of the net. Austin Marquardt high right. Got Cooper Briggs with Christy Hinojosa at the blue line. Flyers with a hard check. Puck goes low to high. Christie has it. Goes down low over to Huddy. Huddy tries to find a cross-ice pass over to Briggsy. Shot. Loose puck around. Nice job, Rampage, cycling it. Boys still maintain battle in the corner here. Christie looks on as Markey has it. Bastine has it. Bastine goes high circle. Bastine slips it in front over to Markey. Markey with a chip just wide. Boys. Markey has it. Rampage has it in the corner. Huddy sidesteps. Huddy battling against 2 Flyers. Flyers do get it out. Christie in pursuit, but that's going to be an ice. 6:57 remaining in the first period. We're going to have a face-off, an offensive draw. Catcher Conrad is going to go in there with Dottie and Hostler. We got Mendy and Nicky on the D-line. Boys win the draw. Mendy go over to Nicky. Shot from the point. Tipped wide. Rampage. Flyers maintain possession. They're going to go low. Finds Mendy instead. Mendy keeps it in. Slips it in the middle. Flyers regroup. Give it back to Rampage. Catcher Conrad now has it. Number 16 goes low. Gets peppered. Flyers go low to high. Does get out. Boys are forced to regroup. Osler checks the 6. Chips it up over. Flyers regroup. Shot. Save. Logan. Loose puck. Regroup. Still loose. Boys grab it though. Nicky. Hugo Nichols, he has it. He chips it around the boards. Tries to find Catcher and Haas. 6-17. Oh. 6-17 icing. Just too far for Haas's reach. 6-13. Face-off is going to come all the way down into our defensive territory. I think the same 4 is going to remain out there. Oh, same 5. I've had a couple of drinks in me, so counting is very difficult for me right now. Catcher Conrad steps in at center, wins the draw, gets it back over to Nicky. Nicky's going to slip it up the boards. Flyers, big old ping pong high. Shot contested behind the net. Mendy's going to grab it, chip it up the boards. Flyers forced to back out. Loose puck still in neutral zone. Mendy's going to say, nope, that's the price you pay for dumping it deep. Boys chip it up the boards, tries to find Dottie off of the bench. Dottie's going to finish his, not off the bench. He's going to finish his change with 5:46 remaining in the first period. Got Sherman, Coop, the DOD back together on the blue. We got Grayson. We got Bogey and Jacob on offense. Jacob and Bogey parked in front of the net. Flyers come in. Maintain possession. Shot just goes wide. Goes high corner. Jacob has it. He's going to slip it up the boards. That's way offsides by the Flyer Elite with 5:37 in the first period. Same face-off outside of the blue in front of the bench. Boys battling in the corner. Jacob in there. Puck finds Bogey. Puck goes into the offensive zone. Flyers are going to just throw it behind their own net. Slings it all the way around, high to low, 5:21. Puck so loose. Sherman's going to dump it back deep. Goes behind the net. Grayson, and now into the corner. Grayson Stacey has it. G-Man tries to find Coop. Coop stick handles, dumps it back deep. Down over to Jacob. Jacob with 2 in the corner. Flyers come away with it. Flyers now in the inside hallway. Tries to find a cross-ice pass. Can't get there. Cooper Briggs with the moves. Number 2 into the offensive zone. Oh, just a hair offsides. Cooper Briggs with a nice intercept in the neutral zone, stepping. Everybody got very excited for that. For 4:50 remaining in the first period. Huddy Lay out there now with Marquardt to his left, Bastine to his right. Mendy and Cristiano. Mendy has it. He's just going to chip it deep. Boys now go to work with 4:44 remaining in the first period. Behind the net, Hudson Lay battles in the corner. Cristiano has to back out as here comes the Flyers. But puck still loose. Finds Hudson. Drops it to Mendy. Mendy comes in. Mendy steps. Drops it over to, is that Markey? Or no. Oh, shoot. I can't see numbers. Sorry. Markey was covering at the point. Loose puck coming through. Shot saved by Logan. Stick tick. Shot by the Flyers goes just wide. Hudson Lay maintains possession. Chips it up the boards. Flyers do keep it in. Markey, though, says, I have different opinions and gets it out. Flyers forced to regroup in the neutral zone. They just chip it deep behind the net. Cristiano has it. Tries to shoot it. Intercepted. Flyers chip it into the corners. They still maintain possession. Tries to slip it in. Can't get around Mendy. Mendy gets it over to Catcher off the bench. Catcher slips it back over to Mendy. Flips it. Get it out of danger. Goes all the way down to the goalie. Flyers regroup. They slip it high boards. Flyers in the high hallway coming through neutral zone. Tries to find the middle. Finds Nicky instead. Nicky gives it to Hostler. Hostler over the Catcher back to Hostler. Hostler in. Gets contested. Hostler still with possession. 3:17 in the first. Jason Hostler slips it in front. Catcher Conrad with the goal. 3:15 remaining in the first period. Rampage gets number 2. Ref drops the puck low to Nicky. Nicky chip. Cooper Briggs shot. Just wide. Dottie battling in the high corner. Catcher in there. Gets it back to Dottie. Loose puck still around to Haas. Haas dribbles. Shot. Save. Goalie Hawk behind the net, comes around. There we go. That's not a goal. I don't know what is. 2:38. Rampage finally gets number 2. He's going to walk the dock in our own zone over to Sherm. Sherm, price-size pass. Oh, Sherm gets a little late hit, but he pops right back up. Flyers regroup behind their own net. All the way back in the corner. Markport has something to say. Huddy has something to say. Battling in the corner here. Huddy comes away with it. Goes DDD over to Mendy. Mendy sidesteps shot. Bully with the save. Goes into the high corner. Markey in pursuit. Goes high. Can't get around Mendy. Flyers regroup though. Here they come Flyers. 2-on-1. Shot saved. Logan sprawls. Sherman with the defense. Shot high point. Goalie player double clutches. Chips it down low. Mendy back. Eats a hit. Mendy still has it. Slips it up over to the boys. Boys finds an outlet. Hudson Lay, 29, coming through. He goes low to high. Chips it around. He's going to go for a quick change after dumping it deep. Boys pursued into the corner, forcing it around. Flyers find outlet, but chips into open space as they find a change as well. Cooper Briggs with a cross-ice pass over to Vassallo. Loose puck. Flyers going to dump it deep. Cooper chips it back over to Cristiano. Cristiano's going to leave it for Grayson Stacy. Grayson has it. He's coming through. He's got Mendy and Vassallo with him. Boys comes into the offensive zone. Flyers with a strong defense. Forces the offsides. 1:12 remaining in the first period. If I sound like I'm talking fast, it is freezing in this rink. I gotta pee real bad. Hudson Lay in there. Flyers maintain possession. Markey with the F1 pursuit. Flyers back check. Passing over. Finds Cristiano instead. Up to Markey. Puck bound. Battling in the low boards here. Flyers regroup. Less than a minute remaining. Less than a minute remaining in the first period as the Flyers go D-to-D behind their own net. Tries to get it up, but guess who's there? Austin's peppering. Austin's creating a turnover. Goalie gets scared and just going to cover it up. 43.5 seconds remaining in the first period. Boys up by 2 and knocking on the door for number Trey. Catcher Conrad's line out there now. He's got Dottie who's going to post up in the front line. Haas down on the low boards. Boys win the draw. Cristiano has it. He holds, goes low boards. Cristiano takes it deep, less than 35 seconds now remaining. Boys have it, tries to slip it in front. Ref blows the whistle. A bunch of bodies tangled in the corner.
Is Crispy going to the box?
Oh, just. Christie calls himself out and just goes straight there. All right, 31.8 seconds in the first. Christie's going to get called for the roughing. Oh, no, 2, 1-1. So 5-on-5 hockey remains as 2 kids get taken to the box. Some extracurricular, as we call it. One more. We need one more. We have catcher Conrad out there with Dottie and Grayson Hostler. We got Mendy and Briggsy on the blue. Flyers maintain possession into the neutral zone. Tries to chip it around. Can't get by Mendy. Mendy's going to chip it. Flyers try hard to get onside, but they couldn't. 22.3 offsides face-off just outside of the blue in your, I guess, in your living room here. You see Grayson Hostler. Catcher pushes it forward, but Boyce maintain possession. Haas chips it off of Dottie's stick. Here goes Dobson. 21 into offensive territory on his backhand. Dobson goes low, flip, save goalie. Loose rebound. Boys go low to Hyder Mendy. 6 seconds now remaining. Mendy dancing at the blue. Mendy sidesteps, chips it into open space, and that's all she wrote for period number 1 in Pittsburgh, PA. Your Colorado 13 Rampage up 2-0 against the Philadelphia Flyers Elite. 16 on the board. Start of the second period. No music, so the crowd is melancholy. But boys win the draw. Back over to Nicky. Nicky flips it over to Huddy. Huddy comes in. He's going to serve, slips it in front. Goalie's going to chip it into the boards. Flyers with possession in neutral zone. 3-on-2 coming through. Can't get around Sherman. Loose puck still bouncing around. Ref blows the whistle as Logan pounces on it. Got Sherman and Nicky back on defense. You have Lay, Dobson, and Markey on forward. Hudson steps in. 29 maintains possession. Puck goes into the corner. Boys chipping up the boards over to Bastien. Bastien chips it over to Huddy. Huddy chips it to himself. Huddy comes through the zone. Hudson Lay one-on-one. Oh, nice stick take by the Flyers. Hudson's going to try to get it back. Nice back check. He does maintain possession inside the zone. Slides it to Bastien. Double clutches! Bastien with the move. The juke and the score. Rampage finds 3 on the board with 15-16 remaining in the second period. To RD. Cooper Briggs double clutches, throws it behind the net, pass up the boards. Oh, boys tries to find Markey. Flyers regroup, loose puck in their own zone. Boys forechecking, loose puck through the center. Mendy checks a 6, chips it up the boards. Flyers still has possession, tries to slip it in front, finds Rampage instead. Boys slip it up to Catcher. Catcher tries to find Cooper. Boys are offsides. Bastien has to hold. Bastien goes back to blue. Oh, man, just outside of the reach. Goes back into our... Boys are forced to regroup behind our own net. I think it's Vassallo out there now. He's going to chip it back in the low boards. Boys go low to high. Just outside of Dottie's reach. Boys steal it, though. Catcher Conrad now tries to chip it around Flyers. Maintains possession, flips. Goalie with a nice save. 14-17 remaining in the second. Catcher now out there with Dottie and Vassallo. Going to have Nicky and Sherman on D. 24-34 on the blue. Got 15 at center. 21 on the boards. And 88 lining up in front of the net. Ref's like, hey, other dot here. Catcher steps into his office, wins the draw back to Sherm. Sherm chips it up the boards. Catcher in pursuit. Number 16 goes low to high. Oh, just splits the D. Sherm regroups, chips it up the boards. Dottie battling in front of the net, or in front of the Flyers bench. Boys chip it up. Oh, ref blows the whistle. 13:52 for icing. Wasn't sure if somebody had touched it. Flyers going to change their forwards. We have Stacy out there. We got Bogey and Jake in front of Logan. Stacy maintains possession. Puck loose. Flyers have it in the corner. There goes Stacy in there. Puck goes low to... Still below the corner. Boys chip it up the boards. Stacy has it. Battling in the neutral zone. Flyers comes through. Boys regroup. Tries to slip it up the board. Stacy slips it through the middle. Flyers regroup. Bogey and Jacob both pursuing. Flyers going to chip it into neutral zone. Tries to find their outlet. Does. Sidesteps. Loose puck. Battling into the corner. Can't get around Sherman or Nicky. Puck in the corner. Nicky has it. Flips it up the boards. Nicky still gets his own rebound. Flyers maintain possession. Tries to slip it in front of nobody. Puck in the corner. Finds Jacob. Jacob gets it out. Flyers in the neutral zone. Tries to chip it up the boards. Boys battling around. Here goes Stacy. Stacy's got offensive. Tries to find it to Bogey. Bogey shot. Just up and over. Boys are going for a 3-player change on that offensive opportunity. Flyers tries to find middle ice. Finds Bastien instead. Bastien's already got one. He takes inside highway. Drops it over to Lay. Lay gets it over to D. D goes DDD over to Cristiano. Oh, Ice Monster grabs him. Flyers also get caught, but Hudson Lay regroups. Huddy comes in. High circle shot. Toe drag. Goalie save. Loose puck still around. Flyers chipping up the boards and out. Flyers going to go for an offensive change here. Cristiano goes behind his net to regroup. Slips it up the boards over to Mendy. Number 10 has it. Slips it over to the corner to Dotson. 21 comes in. He's got Markey with him. Shot from the high point. Goalie pinches his elbow and makes this and gets the whistle. Just north of 12 minutes remaining in the second period. Rampage is up 3-0. Catcher comes in there. Hostler parked up in front of the net. Boys maintain possession. Dottie low. Tries to slip it through the front. Flyers come away with it. They go through the middle. Cooper Briggs has it with Sherm. Sherm on his backhand. Gives it over to Rampage. Who's that? Oh, Haas. Sorry. Excuse me. Puck bouncing around. Loose puck finds Dottie. Dottie's tries to slip it up the boards. Third effort finds Cooper Briggs. Number 2 through the middle. Boys onside. Gives it over to Haas. Haas on his backhand. Slips it up over into the corner. Dottie checks his 6. Sidesteps a hit. Tries to go low to high. Where's the puck? 11-17 as Flyers go for an offensive change. Boys maintain possession. Finds Catcher. Catcher steps in. Slips around one. Shot. Save goalie. Puck still around. Into the corner. Haas has it. Flyers regroup in their own zone. Chips it up. Gives it to Christie instead. Cristiano goes cross ice. Off the wall. Oh, man. Tried to find Huddy there. Flyers maintain the loose puck and chip it into Rampage territory. Nicky checks his 6. Slips it up over to Hostler. Flyers going for a change. Hostler with an opportunity on his backhand. Slips it in front. Bastine back to Haas. Or back to Huddy. Did they say Huddy? Oh, that was Huddy. Excuse me. Shot from the point. Goalie did not see that. Tipped Cristiano with the shot. Sorry, that was Hudson Lay with the move. Hudson has it. He's going to drop it for Nicky. Nicky sidesteps into an open space. Nicky goes low to high back to Huddy covering. Huddy shot from the point. Bouncing puck. Markey has it. Chips it up the boards. Loose puck maintains by Cristiano. Cross ice pass finds Huddy. Huddy, 29. Cersei shot just wide. Loose puck. Backside. Austin Marcourt with the goal. 9:54. Number 4 of the game. As the Rampage are up 4-0. Sorry, I don't know why I have 1 on here. It's 4-0. Get off the draw shot, saved Logan. Puck on the high corner now, boys. Tries to chip it up the boards, goes back down low, goal line. Mendy's going to throw it around. Low boards now. Boys chip it around. Here goes Catcher Conrad in pursuit. Battling in the corner, Briggsy goes in there as well. Here goes Flyers, though, the other way. They come in 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Shot, loose puck still around. Boys throw it into the corner. Nice, smart job by Cooper Briggsy to kind of contain that situation. Flyers tries to slip it in front. Finds Blue instead. Boys sling it up the boards. Tries to chip it to themselves. Up and out. Grayson Hostler in pursuit. Boys who keep it in. Briggsy over to Catcher. Tipped in front. Save goalie. Haas has it. Tries to throw it in front to Catcher out. Bouncing puck into the breadbasket of the Flyers. 8:54 in the second. Boys are up 4-0. Where have you been this entire time? What do you mean? I don't know. I haven't seen you. That's fair. Sleep is good. Sleep is perfect. Grayson Stacy wins the draw. Sherman gets it, chips it down to Bogey. Bogey has it low. Flyers try to cycle in the corner. Finds Grayson and Bogey instead. Loose puck. Oh, nice move by Vassallo over the top. Oh, by Grayson Stacy. Grayson with the backhanded goal. 8:40. Rampage up 5-0. Nice move cycling in the corner. Bogey in there. They're going to regroup in their own defensive zone. Chips it around their own defense. They go D to D. Slips it up the boards, up to their forward. Tries to find a cross ice. Hits a body. I think that was Fasalo. Finds Rampage instead. Whistle blows, and Stacy just calls himself out. I guess I don't know what happened, but Stacy's in the box. Sandy, let me know what you saw. That was your grandson. But Grace and Stacy in the bench. 8:24 remaining in the second period. 1:30 on the board. Boys are on a penalty kill. Got Huddy in there. He's got Markey with him. You got Cristiano and Landon Sherman back on D. Landon straight at the 6 o'clock spot. Huddy wins it back to Landon. Landon's going to slam it all around the board for a waiting Markey. Markey slips it up the boards and out for Huddy. Huddy comes in one-on-one, one-on-two. Dangles back shot. Oh, off the post. Hudson Lane with an opportunity. Cristiano now has it. Cristiano drops it for Huddy. Back to Cristiano. Goes low to high to Sherm. Sherm slips it back down the boards over to Huddy. 8 minutes now remaining in the second. Huddy has it on the penalty kill. Hudson Lane behind the net. Tries to slip it up the boards. Flyers intercept and through the neutral zone. 2-on-2. Coming through. 50 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Turns it over to Christie. Christie's just going to try to create some more kill time. Flyers in the neutral zone. Rampage now has it. Cross-ice pass over to catcher Conrad. Opportunity for catch. Shot. Catcher Conrad. 7:26 in the second. Nice breakaway opportunity there. And number 16 buries it for number 6 of the game. Oh, wait. Second period. Still going on. 24 seconds remaining. Puck bouncing. Has to kill more time. 15 seconds remaining as the Flyers grab it and dump it deep. Goes behind the boards. Mendy slips it up high. Flyers try to keep it in, but finds Mendy instead. Jack Mendelson comes in onside. He's got Casher with him. Holds up. Goes low to high. Boys come off the bench. Oh, boys were going for a change. That was the end of the penalty kill. Nikki has it. Nikki sidesteps, gets it over to Grayson Hostler. Boys are onside. Slips it to catcher. Shot. Oh, just wide. Puck goes high. Haas still battling. Goes low to high. Flyers regroup. Grab the neutral, empty puck in the neutral zone. Coming into Rampage territory. They get it deep. Can't get around Hostlers. He's going to grab it and flip it all the way around. Try to go low to high, but finds Rampage instead. Catcher comes in. Still has it. Double clutches. Sets it in the front for Hostler off his skate and into the corner. 6:11 remaining in the second period. Flyers finds a cross the ice pass. Loose puck still around. Sherman with the sweep. Logan with the save. Nicky double clutches. Nice move by Nichols to great space. Backhand pass. Finds a Flyer. Puck still bouncing around. Nicky's got a second effort. Tries to find Bogenreef. Puck chips up the front. Bogey's going to double chip it into neutral zone. Stolen by Grayson Stacy. Boys are onside. Stacy over to Bogey. Bogey checks the 6. Bumps. Goes high. Boys go D to D. Cooper Briggs has it. Side steps. High circle. Slips in front. Nice pass. Tries to find Grayson Stacy. Still has it. Loose puck still in round in front. Puck goes high side, low side, Boys regroup in our own zone. Briggsy gets tripped up. 5:06 remaining in the second period, and your Colorado Rampage goes on the first power play for the boys in blue and white. Huddy steps in. He's got Marco to his right, Bastine to his left. Got Cooper and I think Christie on the blue. Huddy wins the draw back to Cooper. Cooper goes D to Christie. Shot from the point, just wide. Loose puck still around. Bastine with the shot, bouncing in front. Goalie's going to fall back and cover. With 4:56 remaining in the second, 1:21 in the penalty power play, in the power play. Huddy lay steps and wins the draw. Boys maintain possession. Huddy drops it for Cristiano. Cristiano goes high to low. Over to Bastine, over to Markey. Markey in pursuit as the puck goes high. Flyers do get it out, chip it into the bench. Coach Sherman with the dodge. And 4:41, we're going to have a face-off just outside of the blue line. No, inside the blue line. Excuse me. Down at the high circle in the offensive zone. 105 on the power play. Same group in there. Huddy steps in. Puck into the high boards. Huddy grabs it. Goes low to high to Christie. Christie clutches. Tries to give it back down. Markey behind the net. Markey has it on his backhand. He goes low to high over to Coop. Coop maintains possession. Goes back down over to Bastine. Bastine chips it into the corner. Still maintains. Goes low back to high back to Briggsy. Briggsy cross ice pass to Huddy. Shot. Save goalie. Huddy behind the net. Gets it over to Bastine. Cross ice off the boards over to Christie. Christie shot. Tipped in front. Save goalie. Bastine still has it. Over to Huddy. Huddy over to Briggsy. Briggsy with a nice move. Off the boards over to Huddy. High side boards. Huddy double clutches. Got space. Hudson shot off the post. Briggsy now with maintains possession. 17 seconds remaining. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Huddy down low. Cross ice tries to find Bastine in front. And Bastine finds his second goal of the game. With that run clock, looks like it's is continuing as Rampage is now up 7-0.
The clock's already rolling.
Yeah. 3 minutes now and counting. This boys set up to Logan's right. Wins the draw. Mendy back to Sherm. Sherm around the boards up to Haas. Haas with possession. Flyers, loose puck, into the low side of their own zone. Flyers tries to chip it around. Hostler comes through, tries to chip with low to high. Catcher, though. He's just going to take it, catcher Conrad. High circle shot, Haas in front. Puck, low side, chips it off the boards. Sherman, he's going to step, gets it back deep. Flyers regain possession. Kicks it along the boards. Flyers on the low boards. Dottie comes in. Drops it to Haas. Oh, off of his stick. Rolling puck. It's over to Mendy. Mendy double clutches. Drops a kid. Puck still battling in front of the Flyers penalty area. And the ref's going to blow a whistle here. And we're going to change players. Flyers are going to change 3 as well. Clock is still running. Grayson Stacy steps in. He's got Bogenreef and Vasallo. Boys win the draw. Nicky chips it up over to Stacy. Stacy battles high corner. Flyers coming onside. High circle shot. Up and over the net. Tries to regroup. Puck still in the corner. Stacy has it, slips it up the boards over to Vasallo. Vasallo has it, tries to get it through the middle. As Hustle finds Nichols. Nichols battles in the high slot. Boy's got it, maintains possession over to Bogey. Bogey down low, tries to backhand it over. The puck goes high over to Stacy. Stacy's just going to chip it further down. Nicky, who steps now in there. Physicality as Bogey and Nicky battles below the goal line. Nicky still with possession. Flyers can't get it through. Stacy over to Bogey, shot, loose puck. Goalie pounces on it. 53 seconds now remaining in the second period. Huddy steps in with Bastine. Puck drops high side. Flyers come away with it. They're coming through the neutral zone. Finds Rampage as they cross the blue. Transition over to Hudson Lay. Hudson Lay steps in onside. Huddy checks his 6. Holds it, slings it in front over to Bastine. Bastine's already got 2. He's looking for 3. Gives it back over to Huddy. Huddy surfing in the corner. Drops it low to high over to Sherm. Loose pucks into Rampage territory. Flyers regroup.
Cooper.
But just like that, triple zeros on the board. Rampage is up 7-0.
Yeah, Cooper with a super back check right there.
Hard effort, by Cooper to keep it outside of the center lane. And we will be back after, 40 seconds or so. We're back for the third period here. Flyers maintain possession, chips it, high boards, try to get through the middle. Flyers maintain their onside, coming in 3-on-2. They double clutch, they go low to high after forced to regroup back in their own zone. 15:33 remaining in the game. Behind their own net, chips it up the boards. Flyers holds it, tries to find somebody through the middle, finds Dottie who gets it open over to Sherm. Sherm chips it up the boards and dumps it deep. No icing, ref calls. He's going to backhand it. He's going to backhand it into the corner. Up battling in the corner. Bastien off the boards, chips it, keeps it in over to Catcher. Catcher drops it to Dottie. Dottie tries to slip it back over to Catcher. Loose puck to Christie. Shot blocked in front. Goes into the corner. Boys go low to high. Christie dances the blue. Good D. Shot by Mendy. Tipped in front. Markey has it. Tries to get back over to high to Mendy. Mendy with the keep. Mendy sidesteps. Tries to find cross-eyes pass. Markey with the coverage. In neutral zone now. Mendy has it. Sidesteps. Mendelson continues. Loose puck. Flyers go low to high. Tries to slip and catches the crossing forwards. Finds Mendelson instead. He's going to get it deep. Austin Marquardt in pursuit. He's going to go low to high to Cristiano. Cristiano over to Huddy. Huddy shot. Saved by the goalie. 14-11 and counting remaining in the game. Grayson Stacey now out there with Jake and Bogey. Jake is high, Bogey is low. Christie and Mendelson on D. Puck goes behind the net. Flyers try to slip it around on the corner. Oh man, Cristiano steps, finishes the body. Flyers do get it out. Mendy checks the 6, maintains possession, bumps him. As loose puck grabbed by Flyers, comes in, shot off the post, comes the other way. Catcher's line now out there. He's got Dottie with him with Hostler and Sherm at the high point. Flyers maintain possession, turns it over to Dottie. Dottie gets tripped, finds Hostler. Advantage Rampage. Haas comes in, shot. Goes wide. Corner. Flyers, loose puck. They now come through 2-on-2. Riggsy holds him up. He's going to kick it up over to Haas. Haas tries to find Catcher. Catcher 1-on-2. Got Dottie with him now. Loose puck grabbed by Flyers through the neutral zone. Flyers defender coming through now. Coming with speed. She's going to hold up. Tries to find a honey hole player. He still maintains. Gets it over as Bastine has it in the neutral zone. Bastine still with possession. 12-24. Puck still bouncing around. Catcher. He's going to swap. He goes off. Mendy now coming through center zone. Jack Mendelson through the low hallway. Shot. Saved by goalie. Lay goes low to high over to Nikki. Nikki sidesteps back down to Lay. Lay goes back up to Nikki. Shot from the point. Traffic in front. Puck goes into the corner. Boys go low to high. Mendelson shot. Save goalie into the corner behind the net now. They're going to go back down low. Flyers have it. Tries to find an outlet pass. Flyers come through the neutral zone. Low hallway. High circle. Shot right into Logan's glove. Minsick not missing a beat with the giant paw snag at 11:36 in the game. Stacy now in there with Coop and Vassallo. Wins the draw back to Cristiano. Cristiano chips up the boards to Vassallo. Vassallo furthers along to Bogey. Bogey drops it for Briggsy. Loose puck in neutral zone. Flyers tries to bring it in, but finds Christie instead. Christie finds Briggsy. Briggsy to Christie. Luck puck still bouncing around. Battle ensues in the low board. Stacy's in there. 96. Digging for gold with Bogey. Comes away with Vassallo. He's going to get it deep, and boys going to work with 10:45 remaining in the game. Flyers go low to high, back down low. Slips it up high, and we're going to have a penalty here with 10:34 remaining in the game. Ref says roughing. I think Bogey's going to get popped here. 12 goes to the bench. 1:30 on the board. 10:30 remaining in the game. Dottie and Catcher now out there with Cristiano and Briggsy back on D. Catcher wins the draw. Puck still maintained by Rampage. Off the boards, and Cooper Briggs is just going to take it, slips it into open space, and finds it into the offensive zone. Cooper holds up, gets his pocket picked. Flyers just dump it back in behind their own net. 10:13 now remaining. Flyers chip it up the boards into open space. Finds Cooper Briggs instead. He's going to check his 9. Finds his partner. Gives it right to him. Cristiano lets it into the neutral zone. Flyers regroup. Tries to find the cross-eyes pass and does. Flyers comes in 1-on-4. They're just going to dump it deep. Or 1-on-3, excuse me. Dumps it deep. Cooper Briggs retains it behind the zone. Boys are down a man, but Cooper finds Catcher. Catcher has Dottie 2-on-1. Catcher sidesteps. Backhand shot. Goalie save. And ref with the whistle. 9:35 in the third. No run time, actually. No run time on the penalty kill here. Nope. Run time. JK, everybody, as the clock continues to run. Boys are up by 7 with 9:22 now remaining in the game. Huddy wins the draw. Shot from the point. Goalie with the save. Boys maintain possession in the low corner. Hudson's going to go high circle. Slips it over to Jack. Jack's going to, puck goes actually down low to Bastine. Bastine battles in the corner. Huddy joins. Flyers come away with the 5-on-5 hockey now as boys are back out. Markey comes out. Jack with possession. Flyers regroup and give it back over to Jack. Flyers try to go D to D. Huddy's going to step, forcing the pass. Finds Sherman. Sherman's going to chip it up over to Huddy. Huddy's now in the zone. Hudson lay on his back into his forehand. The Huddy hole tries to slip it over to Dottie. He goes low, but over to 21. Slips it in front over to Markey. Markey has it. Goes low to high over to Sherm. Sherm on his back and goes D to D. Back over. Oh, man, opportunities here for now Flyers. Coming through the zone, Jack coming back, backhanded shot, just goes wide into the corner. Sherm with a reverse hit. Huddy's there too. Puck goes behind the net. Mendy back there. Sherm is back there. Huddy joins the party. Sherm's going to push it up along the boards over to Hudson. Chips it over to Markwart. Checks his three. Finds Bastine. Bastine's going to just chip it into the zone. Goes for a change. Flyers tries to find the boys in blue on a transition, but finds Nicky instead. Nicky goes D to D. Back over to Nicky. Slips it up the boards. Off the chip. Turns over to Rampage. Dottie with a nice move. Boys are offsides. Oh, and Dottie gets a little clip after the whistle. 7:30 and counting remaining in the game. Dottie says no harm, no foul. I can take that all day long. As 7:20 now. Clock resumes. Dottie's going to go for a change. Boys are going to switch their front three. Excuse me. As Grayson Stacy steps in with Salo. Boys win the draw. Christie's chips it up the boards. Puck goes deep. Flyers cycle around over to Bogey instead. Tries to get back over to Grayson. Puck into the low corner. Puck goes behind the net. Vassallo says hello to a player. Flyers tries to chip it out. Puck still around. Cristiano inflicts his will. Puck finds Nicky. Goes cross-ice pass over to Bogey. Drops it. To Grayson. Drops it for Bogey. Vassallo's going to regroup in the neutral zone. Over to Nicky. Nicky slips it up over to Grayson. Grayson with some open space with 6:30 remaining in the game. Puck goes behind the net. Cycles back the other way. Nicky's going to step. Keeps it in. Puck goes through the center zone but finds a Flyer. Flyer comes through. Can't get by Christie. Number 4 is going to step. He's got space. He's got Bogey with him in center lane. Puck still goes behind the net. Vassallo had stepped. Whistle blows here with 6:05, and counting. I think Bogey's going to get called again. He's going to go to the bench. It's a 2 and a 10, so Bogey's afternoon is most likely done. Jake's going to serve the 1:30. Got Huddy in there with Bastine. You got Cooper, Briggs, and Sherm back on D. Boys win the draw over to Sherm. He's going to one-tee it all around the boards. Weird bounce off the corner. Shot opportunity by the Flyers.
That's a hand pass goal.
No goal as the Flyers player knows it right away. He grabbed it from the sky. Tries to bat it in. Sub 5 minutes. Face off outside of the blue in front of Mr. Coach Tucker, who's covering here today in beautiful PA. Huddy's going to step in. Flyers maintain possession. They go to their D to D pass to their activating D. He comes in onside shot, tries to find the far side winger. Flyers on their backhand, loses it to Bastine. Bastine's going to get it out. 37 seconds now remaining in the penalty kill. With the whistle, 4:20-ish. We'll Colorado reference here. 4:20-ish and counting remaining in the game. Boys are up by 7. Same 4 is out there. Ref loves his whistle. So my ears are kind of ringing a bit. Excuse me. Flyers maintain possession. They go back to the high boards. Flyers tries to set up. Puck goes behind the net. Sherm's going to slip it all the way around. That puck is going to get out. Flyers forced to regroup. Hudson Lay forechecking, creating a turnover. Flyers trying to make a cross-ice pass into open space, and that's an icing with 3. Nope, no icing. As Sherman is back there, slips it around the boards over to Cooper. Cooper Briggs now battling on the inside with Huddy. Huddy's going to find an open spot, slip it up the boards over to Coop. Coop's going to beat a man, get position, and take the puck. He's got Haas to his left, drops it to Bastine. Bastine back to Haas. Tries to slip it back over to Coop. Huddy covering at D point. 29. He's going to hold, go D to D. Boys maintain possession. Shot tipped in front. Loose puck. Haas. Puck goes into the corner. Haas has it. Another whistle. I don't know what happened here, but another whistle, so we're going to have a face-off deep in Flyer territory. 5-on-5 hockey resumes. Catcher wins the draw, gets it over to Cristiano. Cristiano has it. He's on the high circle shot. Tip goes wide. Loose puck still around. Haas is going to push this man out of the way. Puck bouncing around high corner now. Flyers tries to find their exit forward. Haas is going to, nope, somebody's going to regroup it. Here we go. Catcher's going to regroup it. Coming in. Kachler. Shot. Far side. Loose puck. Tries to flip it in front. 2:15 now remaining and counting. Boys go low. Puck still low, excuse me. Puck goes back high. Cristiano keeps it in. Oh, ref calls it from the other side of the world, but that is offsides now with 2 minutes remaining in the game. Boys up by 7. Stacy in there now with Jacob and Vassallo. Rigsy and Nicky back on the red for defense. They're covering center lane. Jacob is high in front of the boards. Vassi in the middle lane. Boys maintain possession. Puck bouncing around. Jacob gets it over to Vassi. Vassi shot. Oh! Vassi with the goal. Jacob passing at the high point. Vassi with the shot and score. Boys grab number 8. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I don't. Net. A double clutch. Go ref. With 30 seconds remaining in the game. How are we changing lines? Now 15 seconds remaining. And that should be the end of the game.
Is that a goal?
Hey, 000 is on the board. Boys walk away with one, 8-0 for game 1 in Kensington, Pennsylvania. Well done to kick off the THF showcase here up north. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another thrilling game of hockey with your 13-0 AAA Rampage. And I think it's Mercer. But thanks again for tuning in. You guys have a great day.